What's going on, everyone? This is part 5 in a series of videos that walks you through the process of creating a Revit structural template. In the previous videos, I have covered creating the Revit template file, setting up the template units, modifying the template line weights, and creating line styles. If you haven't checked out the previous videos in this series, I have provided a few links in the description below. In this video, I will be configuring text styles. So here I have the Revit structural template I've been creating open already, and I am in the drafting view from the previous tutorial. So here I'm going to select annotate from the menu and select text. So when we created this Revit template file, we started off with the default structural template as our starting point. And when we did that, these font styles were included in that creation. So these are here by default. So what I'm going to do here is click Edit Type. I'm going to duplicate this, and I am going to name it G General Text. You can name this whatever you want. I believe I misspelled general. There we go. You can name this whatever you want. This is what I prefer to name this. So let's get in here and let's make some font. So I'm going to click here, 2-liter segment, and I'm going to do that and type in general notes. Okay, so now I'm going to select this, click Edit Type, and I'm making sure that my type is set at the font that I duplicated. Alright, so I'm going to skip over this graphics portion for now, and I will tackle that after I adjust the text font here. Okay, so the text font, I want to match the font as close as possible to the AutoCAD styles that I have going on. And I've mentioned that in previous videos that my goal is to try and match the styles that I have in AutoCAD as much as possible so that my construction documentation will have a cohesive look regardless of which software I use, Revit or AutoCAD. So that's my goal. And the closest font that I have been able to find up to this point that comes close to my AutoCAD styles is called ArchiTXT. So I'm changing that there. I'm going to keep the text size the same. This will change the text size. Say if for some reason you want 1/8, you would change that there. And you can see it changes there. But 3/32 for me is good. I'm going to do that. Tab size, 1/2 inch. And let me show you what that is exactly. So it is when you hit the tab button. See how it goes 1/2 inch. If for some reason you want to change that, you would change that here. I'm okay with 1/2 inch. I'm going to stick with that. Bold. I don't need to make this font bold. I'm not using it as any subtitle or anything like that. I don't want it italic and I don't want it underlined, so I'm going to leave these check boxes unchecked. Now my width factor, I do want to modify that. In AutoCAD, my width factor on that font is set to 0.75. In Revit, to get it close to that, 0.75 didn't quite match that, so I did an overlay and 0.8 match that. So change that there, and there we go. It's nice and pretty. So that covers the text portion here. The graphics portion here, and the first option we have is color. I like to keep everything black, white in Revit, except for my halftones, which are the light tones of gray. But if for some reason you want to have your text in color, here's where you would change it. But I'm going to keep this as black. Now the line weight here is for this little leader sticking out of your text. out, and let me pull up my AutoCAD settings. In AutoCAD, my dimension styles, my leaders, and everything are pen weight 3. So I'm going to do this as a line weight of 3. Background, I prefer opaque, and opaque masks out a border around. Let me just show you what this does. So I have it set to opaque, and you can see here that it masks out the line behind it. If you have this setting set to transparent, that masking now goes away, as you can see that. So I prefer opaque, so I'm going to leave that there. Show border, I leave that unchecked, but if for some reason you want to show the border around your font, that's where you would change that. So uncheck that. Leader / border offset. Now this is the size for this little gap here. So this is the edge of the font to the edge of the border. 5/64. I'm good with that. If you need to change that for whatever reason, that's where you would change that. So now the leader arrowhead, I prefer going with the 20-degree filled, but if you prefer something else, you could select it from this drop down. Okay, I'm going to click apply, and that is that. Now you can see here that this is pen 1, pen 2, pen 3. So you could see that my leader matches my line weight or line style of pen 3. Okay, so that is for my general notes. Now I need to set up another one for subtitle, like here, where this says section view. So I have my general notes here, and I want to create this, a subtitle. So to do that, I am going to use, actually, we'll go back to annotate and select text again, and I am going to use the default 1/8 Arial as my starting point. Click edit type, and I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to rename this to TDG subtitle. Okay, so let's go down just from the top down. We went over these settings. Color, leaving it black. My line weight for the leader, same as 3. I prefer opaque, so leaving that as opaque. I don't want to show the border, going to leave that unchecked. 5/64. I'm good with that. And 20-degree filled for the leader arrowhead. My text font, I want this as RTXT. The text size, 1/8. I'm good with that. Same with the tab size. Now here, I want this text to stand out, so I'm going to select bold. I don't want it italic. I do want it underlined, so I'm going to check that. And my width factor of 0.8. So let's click OK and type this out. Whoops. Okay, so subtitle. Wow, can't spell. Okay, I don't want this arrow, so I'm going to select that and hit the minus. Actually, we'll say subtitle font. And that's it. Those are the 2 font styles that I am going to set up. I'm going to pause this video really quick, and I'm going to clean this drafting view up a little bit. So I shall return. Okay, I'm back. So I did a little cleaning up here on this drafting view. I just, added these labels to the line styles, and I renamed this over to general font. So that's pretty much it. So that does it for this tutorial. And the next part of this series, I'll be configuring the styles for the linear dimensions. If you found this tutorial helpful, please hit the like button, share with others that might find this helpful, and don't forget to subscribe.